In 2023, we saw how huge AI has become. It has become a center point of the technology world. Pretty much, it has taken over everything. All the big players in the AI space made their ambitions known, and we saw everything from Microsoft to Google. But there was one notable big tech player that was very quiet or didn't make many headlines in 2023 when it came to the world of AI, and that was Apple. But just because it was quiet on the front from Apple does not mean that they were not making big moves in that space. They actually did a lot behind the scenes, acquiring different companies and even releasing their large language model to the open world out there so they can get some feedback on it. So just because it was quiet from Apple does not mean that they are not a big player in that space. And now in 2024, we have a lot more information about what Apple's actual strategy is and what that could mean for the AI space in general. So in this video here, I'm going to go over what Apple's strategy is, and we're also going to take a look at some of the hardware for their next generation of phones that could power some of this AI hardware. But before we dive deep into all this information, if you are new to this channel and enjoy staying up to date with the latest tech news, you've hit the right channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. All right, let's dive into this. This is Apple's AI strategy is revealed. This is an article out of geekygadgets.com. So let's just dive right into it. Apple has been making significant strides in the artificial domain, albeit with a strategy that's more subtle than showy. Unlike its competitors who often make headlines with their AI developments, Apple has been quietly bolstering its AI capabilities through a series of strategic acquisitions and integrations. Strategic AI acquisitions. Apple has snagged up over 30 AI-centric startups throughout the year of 2023. So even though they were quiet, they made big moves, as you can see here, just buying up a lot of talent. So they're taking a different approach compared to companies like Microsoft and Google, who pretty much built much of their AI. Not Microsoft, they bought OpenAI, but Google built theirs from the ground up. Apple said they're not going to build there. They're going to go out and buy the talent and just bring it in-house. Totally different strategy from what the others are doing, but we'll see. That remains to be seen if their strategy is better or worse than the others. It could be good because you already going out there in the space and taking up the experts that were in that space and just bought that talent in-house. So easier on Apple, but they just have to spend more money up front. But we know Apple has big pockets, big bank, so it really doesn't matter to them. It's a deliberate move to secure the most innovative technologies and top-tier talent in the AI space. Compared to tech giants like Google, Meta, and Microsoft, Apple leads the pack in startup acquisitions, a clear indication of its commitment to shaping the future of the technology. A different approach compared to competitors. While Google and Microsoft have been quite vocal and public about their AI endeavors, Apple has chosen a different path. Remember Google unveiling Bard, now known as Google Gemini, or Microsoft integrating AI into Bing Search? These moves showcase their advancements in AI. Apple, on the other hand, has been more reserved, focusing on acquiring startups to quietly enhance its AI capabilities. We talk about Apple's AI integration in their products. Apple's investment in AI isn't just for show. It's a long-term strategy that's already manifesting in products you use every day. And it goes on to talk about Vision, Siri, Apple Maps, and the likes of that will obviously benefit from having improved AI capabilities. Siri is probably the big one. As you know, Siri brought out, it was all the rage. Everybody talked about Siri. It was great. But Siri has shown its age. It has been surpassed by a number of other assistants out there. So Siri definitely needs a modern upgrade. So with Apple jumping into the AI space, Siri will get that much needed upgrade. It's not about branding something as AI. It's about enhancing functionality and making technology work smarter for you. So Apple's philosophical approach to AI. Apple's strategy reflects a cautious and controlled approach to AI, prioritizing safety and the responsible use of technology. The philosophy sets Apple apart from its competitors who might adopt a more open approach to AI development and deployment. Apple's stance suggests a commitment to ethical considerations, ensuring that its AI investments enhance user experiences without compromising privacy or security. I call bullshit on that one. Well, even though people think that Apple is this, privacy company and they are all about the user security and whatever, Apple has turned over everything to the Chinese government in order to get into that market. So say what you will about that, but that's a totally different video, totally different discussion. So they're not as user privacy focused as you may think. the future implications of Apple's AI moves. There's a buzz that Apple might be gearing up for a significant announcement related to its AI strategy, possibly at an upcoming developer conference. It hints at a future where AI is more deeply integrated across Apple's product lines, potentially setting new standards for how technology and AI coexist. So I think everybody is anticipating how Apple will enter the space and what kind of impact it will have on there. Again, like I said, they were quiet in 2023, but behind the scenes, they did a lot to get to this point. They even, like I said, they released their ferret model back in late 2023, very quietly. They released it out there. Like I said, it was open source, so they released it out there to the public so they can get a lot of feedback. I did a video on there going over some of the capabilities of that, so I'll make sure I'll link that here right for you so you can go check that out. But it does some good things, some cool things that some of the other models are not capable of doing yet. But again, it's still in beta at this point, but we'll see how it actually works when it comes out to full market. But then, like I said, this release in November, like I said, very quality. But then around earlier in January, we started getting more information and started hearing about it. So, but it comes to the question, with this improved AI capabilities, they're going to need better hardware in order to run a lot of this stuff. So, upgraded iPhone 16 neural engine could power iOS 18 generative AI features. This is an article out of codeofmac.com. So let's go over this right quick. A18's neural engine could get a big performance boost. So AI and machine learning have put a greater focus on dedicated AI cores and SoCs for faster processing. Additionally, this enables the device to run many AI tasks right on the hardware itself, talking about locally. Apple already uses neural engine on its A series and M series chips to power on-device voice typing, offline Siri, and other tasks on iPhones and Macs. But to power iOS 18's rumored generative AI features, neural engine will likely need much more horsepower. While the core count has remained intact, neural engine's performance has improved with underlying architectural improvements. For example, the A17's Pro neural engine can process 35 trillion operations per second. This makes it up to twice as fast as the A16 neural engine. The same 16-core neural engine is also found on Apple's Silicon Macs. Higher-end models like the Mac Studio and Mac Pro ship with a 32-core neural engine as they use the beefier M1 M2 Ultra system on chip. More powerful neural engine could enable offline processing of AI tasks. Flagship Android phones like the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and the Google Pixel 8 Pro ship with upgraded SoCs, boasting improved AI performance, yet they rely on cloud to power most of their AI features. So again, it goes on to talk about given Apple's typical privacy-focused approach, the company could rely on A18 more powerful neural engine to power iOS's generative AI features offline. So it looks like that they're going to, instead of using the cloud, just to power a lot of that stuff right on the device itself. So that requires a much more capable hardware. And in terms here, we're talking about the A18. So it definitely looks like something that they will be doing. TSMC will presumably fabricate Apple's A18 chip on its 3nm node. So there you have it. We have a definitely more powerful, more capable chip to power what Apple's AI ambitions are going to be. So we now have a little bit more information about Apple and their AI. So it remains to be seen how Apple will come into the space, what they're going to do to revolutionize it. I don't think they're going to have the same effect as they do when they enter into other spaces. AI is already big and booming. AI doesn't need Apple. Apple needs AI in order to stay relevant compared to a lot of other companies who have jumped on board and have already had their models out there for almost a year now, in some cases over a year. So Apple is playing catch up, but I'm sure once they enter this, they will definitely integrate it into their Apple hardware, and we will see the benefits of it, especially if you're in that Apple ecosystem. So let me know what you guys think about Apple entering the space. What do you think they're going to do for AI when they enter the space? Let me know down in that comment section. So make sure you go down there, tap away that keyboard, let me know. Thank you once again for taking time out to watch this video. Once again, if you enjoy this type of content and staying up to date with the latest tech news, you are at the right place. You're at the right channel. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have friends or family that enjoy this type of content as well, make sure you share this with them and hit that like button as well. If you want to stay up to date with the latest tech news, head over to soundsnerdy.com, where I curate and aggregate tech news from around the web covering Apple, Samsung, Google, Android, computing, and even more general tech news, all at the website soundsnerdy.com. And for even more tech news in video form, check out one of these two videos right here. And until next video, guys, stay nerdy.